Everywhere I go, everyone I talk to is more intrigued by the idea of building real-world strength than they are the kind of strength that only works in the gym, but then kind of doesn't really seem to have much of a carryover into the real world. And I think that if you're serious about building real-world strength, you need to think about real-world applications for that. And part of that's going to mean is you're not always going to be in your best, gym shorts or your finest gym shirt or whatever the case may be. You're going to need to know how to perform in a t-shirt and jeans, maybe in slacks, something like that. So it's useful to have a cadre of exercises that you can rely on that you are used to performing even when you're not wearing exercise clothing. And one of the great things about this is that, let's say you work at home, you work for yourself, you are probably not going to have a whole ton of time to train, and so it might make sense to spread things out throughout the day. And it would be completely foolish for you to just have to change your clothes every single time you got ready to train. So one of the things that's very valuable to do is leave yourself excuses to succeed and also circumstances in which you can succeed. So maybe bring a kettlebell into the office for some presses or some squats. Maybe make sure that you've got things set up at your home so that you can very easily knock out some calisthenics movements. Maybe focus on the kind of things that you can do, reasonably speaking, in a t-shirt and jeans or in slacks and a button-up shirt. So that way you can sort of filter in a little bit of extra fitness throughout your day without having to worry so much about not being 100% prepared, because your expectation is that exercise can only happen in clothing, or in gym clothing rather. One of the things that you're going to find to be very useful when you start training like this is just being able to seize the moment and toss in a set or two of a calisthenics exercise or a kettlebell exercise when you can, maybe a little bit of stretching, maybe a mobility drill, and maybe, last second you decide to go climbing with some friends or something like that. You're at least going to have the acumen to know how to move in the clothing that you normally wear as opposed to the clothing that is made specifically for exercise. So keep these things in mind, ruminate over them, apply them, and as always, have fun and happy training.